Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another tarot reading from me. Today's topic is going to be on who has a crush on you. So once again, I will mention that I have chosen these crystals intuitively. I basically focused on the question of, which crystals should I use for this particular topic. And these are the crystals that drew me in this particular order. I just wanted to mention that. And this is for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. And my recommendation is that you take some deep breaths, meditate upon the question, exhale longer than you inhale, and open your eyes after you've meditated a bit and choose the first crystal that stands out to you. And of course, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just choose whichever messages resonate. So pile number one, you have this crystal over here. Sorry, there's like lint on it. Pile number one, you have this crystal over here, which is the blue calcite. Pile number two, you have this fluorite crystal. All right. Pile number three, you have this jade crystal. All right, so these are your options. Once again, number one, number two, number three. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide. I will see you at your reading. And before I sign off, I will remind you to also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. Thank you. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal. This is going to be the selection of the card for each crystal. Spirit, tell me about pile number one. Who has a crush on them? The people who chose the blue calcite. This one? I'm going to shuffle again. Spirit, who has a crush on pile number one? This one. Okay. Nice. Spirit, tell me about pile number two. Who has a crush on pile number two, Spirit? Okay. Spirit, tell me about pile number three. Who has a crush on pile number three, Spirit? All right. Nice. So, pile number one. You have the Empress card. So, let me give you a closer look. Pile number two, you have the Seven of Swords. Pile number three, you have the Magician. So these are your options. Pile number one, number two, number three. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide, and I will see you at your reading. So hello once again, this is for those of you who would like to choose with a crystal as well as a card. Pile number one, you have this card over here and or this blue calcite crystal. Trying to get it to focus, but I think this is as good as it gets. All right. Pile number two, you have this card over here and or this fluorite crystal. Pile number three, you have this card over here and or this jade crystal. All right. So you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Once again, pile number one, number two, number three. My recommendation is that you meditate upon the question at hand, take some deep breaths, keep your eyes closed, try to exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you and calm you down. And take at least 3 deep breaths and then open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just choose whichever messages resonate. And before I sign off, I will remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, if you have found value in any of my readings. and consider clicking the notifications bell if you want to see when I will update with a new tarot reading. Thank you. I will see you at your reading. Welcome pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here, which is the Empress. So I'm going to add timestamps because I will take my time with the shuffling and the selection phase, in case you want to skip to it. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the crystal, the blue calcite. Who has a crush on them right now, Spirit? Who has a crush on them? Who has a crush on pile number 1? Tell me, Spirit. Tell me. Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 1? Tell me, Spirit. Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 1? The people who chose the blue calcite. So let's see. We have reproach. Interesting. Number 25. We have karmic relationship. Wow. All right. With number 24. Interesting how you have number 24 and number 25, one after the other. And we have strength. Let me try to... All right. We have strength and we have change. All right. Interesting. Okay. Let me get some more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 1? The people who chose the blue calcite. Who has a crush on them? Who is this person? Anything you care to say about them? Who are they? Who is this person? Tell me, Spirit. Who's pile number 1? Secret admirer. Who is this person? Let's see. We have 4 of Cups. We have the Star. We have Death. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the Empress twice. Oh my God. We already have the Empress here. And the Ace of Cups. Pile number 1. This is going to be deep, I can tell. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. Who has a crush on them? Who is their secret admirer? Who has a crush on pile number 1? Tell me, Spirit. Who has a crush on pile number 1? Tell me, Spirit. Okay. So let's see. We have Knight of Wands. We have 5 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles. The Princess of Wands. This is the Page of Wands, actually. The 3 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups. Nice. So, pile number 1. There are a lot of messages coming out already. So, you got the Empress twice. Because you have the Empress over here with the initial card. Then you also have the Empress again here in this deck. So this tells me that this person is someone who's really good looking. You also have the Star card, which also suggests that this person is very good looking. I think this is someone who looks attractive to a lot of people. And with the Star card, it's very likely that this is someone who has, let's say, a large following or someone that a lot of people notice. They could be someone who has a large social media following, or they're just really popular. Maybe they have, I don't know, like a large group of friends. But I'm not just feeling friends. I feel like this is someone that easily attracts attention, you know. Most likely also through their looks. It may not be just their looks, but their looks definitely stand out. Another thing that I can say is you have here karmic relationship. And you also have the 6 of Cups, which to me shows that most likely this is a person that you have a past with. Now, this could mean a past life connection, someone that you maybe have felt some kind of a strong feeling towards the first time you met this person. Doesn't necessarily have to be love at first sight, but it could be like you just had this strong emotional reaction to them on some level, or they could have had that towards you. I see that we have the Eight of Pentacles here. We have the Three of Pentacles. So this is very likely a person that you have met through your career. Through your career or through their career. You could have met in some kind of a formal setting. For some of you, very specifically, you could have met this person through your education, especially your early education. You could have also met this person through friends and acquaintances, maybe some kind of social gathering. Or you could have met them online. I also feel this person has a strong Venus energy, but I'm going to get more to the astrological notes later. I'm going to see what comes up there. Another thing that I want to say is this person definitely has very strong feelings for you. Look at this. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So we have a lot of passion here, you know, and we have like the Six of Cups and the Page of Wands underneath. Makes me think of this is a person that you maybe have even awakened somehow. Maybe they were dormant on an emotional level, and then they met you, and it's like suddenly they started feeling again. You know, they started feeling feelings they haven't felt in a long time. They started feeling very romantic. And I also feel like this is a person that is quite innocent emotionally. Like, or I think that you might bring out some kind of innocent romantic feelings for them. They might feel giddy around you, you know, like like you have some kind of a school crush. Like they have some kind of a school crush, you know, like they're a teenager again and blushing around you and stuff like that. I definitely feel the Ace of Cups says, you know, there's strong emotions here. I also can't help but notice that you have a lot of number threes. So this could be a person who has strong Jupiter energy, someone with maybe placements in Sagittarius or Pisces, but then they could also be someone who maybe has placements in the nakshatras, which are ruled by Jupiter, which are Punarvasu and Vishaka and Purva Bhadrapada. But again, I'm going to get more to the astrological notes towards the end. So in any case, a strong Jupiter energy means that this person could be highly educated, definitely someone who has higher education, at least a college degree. But let's say even if they don't have higher education, they're someone who's very interested in constantly expanding their knowledge of the world. They probably have like a grand vision, or they're able to see things, you know, from a broad perspective. This is someone who maybe has a vision. They could be busy pursuing a particular vision. Yeah, I definitely feel this person is really popular because look at this. You have the Empress and you have this Three of Cups underneath. This could even be someone that is a bit of a party goer, or they just seem like someone who can easily fit into society, or maybe even like in multiple social circles. They can be really charming. Another thing with the number three is that it can suggest communication is very important. And again, that's a very strong indicator that some of you have met this person online somehow. Because, yeah, the number three can signify the third house, which is ruled by Gemini, which has to do with communication. And maybe their voice somehow stands out. That's another thing. I feel like this person is someone who has strong communication skills, though. And maybe they work in something where communication is very important. They could also be someone who has multiple activities going on at the same time. Maybe they have like two jobs, or they're juggling an education and a job, or they just have like multiple interests that take up their time. This is really interesting here. The Star and the Five of Pentacles underneath. See, this is really, what it makes me think of is this person, I feel like they're projecting an image. I feel like on the surface, they come across as someone who maybe has a lot of friends or has a strong social life, but in reality, on an emotional level, they may feel quite isolated. This could be a person that doesn't really feel like they have many close friends, or maybe doesn't feel really emotionally supported. Maybe they are the one who is who is providing most of the support in their network, and at the end of the day, if they actually need something, they don't really have anyone to turn to. In any case, what this is showing is that their image may not be what they're really like, or what their life is really like, you know? It's like, yeah, like I said, so they could come across as someone who's really popular, so people would assume that they have a happy life with a lot of friends and maybe maybe even a romantic relationship, who knows? Like maybe, you know, strong family ties and stuff like that, but in reality, this is how they feel, you know? Which means that they don't really feel so much support from others and love from others. You know, this is interesting here. We have, again, the Four of Cups and we have the Knight of Wands underneath. To me, this makes me think that this is a person who is likely to approach you at some point. I wouldn't be able to say when that's going to happen, because this is someone who thinks about doing things, and then once they have made up their mind, they go after what they want. So to me, this makes me feel like this is someone who's pretty determined when it comes to how they feel about you. Keep me updated on that. I'm really curious. Another thing that I can say is we have the Death card. So this person could also have some strong Scorpio energy, some strong Ketu, which in Vedic astrology is the co-ruler of Scorpio, just to let you know. Or again, they could have strong 8th house placements or strong Mars energy. I think this person is also someone who is very focused on their career, their craft. I'm seeing that this person is on a, you know, they're pretty well off. I mean, I don't want to say well off, but they are in a pretty stable situation with respect to their professional life, their career, because the Eight of Pentacles suggests someone who is, while it does show, you know, kind of work in progress, it shows that, you know, this person has not yet reached their maximum potential, but then who has, you know what I mean? But it does show that this is someone who's very perseverant, someone who is very determined. Someone is very determined, someone who constantly works on their craft, you know, they always want to improve themselves. So this actually goes kind of hand in hand with what I said about the Jupiter energy. So yeah, and this is really here with reproach. We have reproach with these snakes here, which makes me think of Ketu again. Reproach thing is interesting. So this actually kind of goes hand in hand, I think, with the karmic relationship. It's also, I said this, interesting that karmic relationship has number 24 on it and reproach has number 25. It's like they come one after the other. And there's a dual symbol in both of them. Here we have two hands holding each other, and here we have two snakes intertwined. So there's like this really strong message that this is either someone you have already had some kind of contact with in this lifetime, or it is someone that you have had a past life connection, and there's someone that you are meant to meet in this lifetime and have some kind of a relationship with them in this lifetime. I'm definitely seeing this with the Ace of Cups coming up. I mean, this is a really strong card that shows very deep emotions. So I don't feel like this is someone who is superficial about you. I think this is someone who's pretty serious. And with the Empress, I'm also getting this person could have like a pretty nurturing energy. Another thing that I can say is this person deep down inside, I think they have a pretty innocent side because of the Six of Cups. I'm also potentially getting some 5th house, some Leo energy. So they could be someone who maybe they even know how to handle kids. Maybe they like to spend time with kids or they work with kids. But this just shows their inner child is strong somehow. So they're able to get in touch with their with that like inner innocence thing. They can be playful. This is really, here, look at this. Interesting. It's totally interesting. Like change in karmic relationship. So with the change card coming out here, this person is meant to change your life somehow, like on a significant level, if you allow this connection to happen. I'm actually mostly getting the message here that this person is someone who is likely to pursue you, to make, you know, a step towards you, an offer of a relationship or something. They might ask you out. So yeah, this is a person that is meant to change your life on some significant plane, or vice versa. It could be you are meant to change their lives, or both of you are changing each other's lives. This could also show, though, with a karmic relationship and change, it could be like a third-party situation, but that's very specific for some of you. I'm not getting that very strongly, though. Maybe it is for some of you. I'm not seeing it 100%. This is pretty much what I can get from the cards. So I'm going to get into the astrological notes. Actually, before I get into the astrological notes, now I have gotten these dice as well. So there are 3 of them. One of them is with planets. One of them is with numbers, which I can take as house numbers. And the other one is with signs. So I'm going to see which signs and signifiers are important for you. Tell me, Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 1? All right, so here we have Virgo. We have the number 1, which is ruled by the sun. It could also be the 1st house. And we have the moon, right? I should have shown them like this because I don't know if you can see them. But yeah, we have the number 1. This is how it came out. And we have Virgo. All right, so these could be significant for you. Before I get into the other astrological notes, let me see. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? Who has a crush on them? Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 1? Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 1? The people who chose the blue calcite. Who has a crush on pile number 1? All right, I think that's enough. Let me see. 4th house, interesting. So again, 4th house is a confirmation of the moon energy. 3rd house, confirmation of what I talked about with the Gemini, the communication. 7th house, this is the house of marriage. 6th house, the house of service and the job. 11th house, this explains the star card. This person is probably popular, like I said. 5th house, confirmation of what I said about working with kids. 1st house, confirmation of what came out on the dice. Okay. And 9th house, this is Sagittarius energy, all right. So I'm going to get more into the descriptions after I open all of them. We have Mars, confirmation of what I said about the Aries energy. We have the moon, wow, which came out on the dice. Okay. Strong Cancer energy. Aquarius, all right. We have Ashlesha, which falls in Cancer, so maybe that's where the moon energy is coming from. For some of you, you could have some Ashleisha going on surrounding your partner signifier in our horoscope. We also have Ardra, which falls in Gemini and is ruled by Rahu. We have Purva Ashadha, which falls in Sagittarius, is ruled by Venus. So here we have some Venus which is a confirmation of the Empress energy. We have Magha, which is a confirmation of the fact that this person is really popular. They could have some level of fame, actually. Uttara Falguni, which falls in Virgo, well, in Leo and Virgo. So we have some strong sun energy as well because it's ruled by the sun. We have Jyeshta, which falls in Scorpio, ruled by Mercury. So there we have the Jyeshta as well. Yeah, this one I opened, but it closed. And let's see, we have Hasta, which falls in Virgo. So Virgo came out on the dice, and now you keep having the Virgo energy. So we have 2 nakshatras which fall in Virgo so far. We have Punarvasu, which falls in Gemini and Cancer and is ruled by Jupiter, confirmation of what I said with the Jupiter energy. We have Mrigashira, which again falls in Gemini. So we have the entire sign of Gemini, I think. Well, no, not entirely. Yeah, actually entirely. We have the entire sign of Gemini covered. So this is a strong Mercury energy. Gemini is similar to Virgo, actually. And we have Dhanishta, which falls in Capricorn and Aquarius and is ruled by Mars. Yeah, very strong confirmations, okay. Let me break it down. So before I get into it, I want to say, of course, bear in mind that I'm reading for multiple people, so it's unlikely that all of you are going to have every single one of these potential combinations, but it's probably going to be a combination of different aspects, different characteristics from these notes. So I'm going to try to get into as many potential descriptors as possible. And also with the houses could show careers, interests that this person has, areas of their life that are particularly prominent, how you see them, how they see you to some extent. And it could also show how you met this person, okay? So let me get into it. First of all, the first house basically came out twice because we have the first house here on the dice, and you also have the first house here. So this means that you could have met this person close to your place of birth, maybe in your hometown. See how that resonates. Maybe while you were visiting, maybe you still live in your hometown, but it could be that somehow your hometown is important with respect to how you met this person. This could also be that you met this person while you were engaged in any activity that has to do with the physical body. So like fitness, working out, taking care of your body, especially things to do with your head. So maybe while seeing a dentist or while, I don't know, getting an eye exam or something like that. So anything that has to do with the head or any kind of sports, that could be a thing. With respect to third house, again, this is a confirmation of what I said, that some of you could have met this person online. Now, bear in mind, it could be like multiple signifiers of these. You also have the fourth house, for instance, which shows the home base. So this could literally be that you have met your person online. Let's say you are in your hometown and you are, I don't know, surfing online, or you were attending something online, and that's how you met this person. Just giving an example. Third house can also be that you met this person through your younger siblings. You actually have both siblings here, younger and older, because you also have the 11th house. So somehow the siblings may have been involved in how you met this person. You could have also met this person through your neighborhood, through your neighbors, through running errands, or trips. Either short-term trips or long-term trips, because we have all of the traveling houses here, except the 12th house. So it's unlikely that you met this person while traveling to a different continent, right? Because we have the 3rd, the 5th, we have the 9th house, the 7th house. These are all connected to travel. We have the 6th house as well, so the health could be important. Daily routines could be important, like you could meet this person through a daily routine. Like again, maybe you were going to work when you met this person. 6th house is also the house of employment, so you could have met at work. Like I said, it's a confirmation of what I said through the cards. You could have also met this person in any kind of formal setting, because we have the 7th house. So formal setting could be like anything from attending a wedding to, again, could be getting an education. It could be at the dentist office, you know, stuff like that. But most likely with the 7th house, it could be that someone introduced you to this person, okay? Or you were somehow formally acquainted. Maybe you had an appointment with them or something like that. 4th house could be also that you met this person at a restaurant for the first time, or through any activity involving real estate. Maybe you were looking for a new apartment or something, or any activity involving vehicles. You could have also met this person while pursuing an education. Like, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm going to mention it now again. So you could have met this person while pursuing an education, especially college level and above, or any kind of specialized courses. You could have also met this is really specific, but some of you could have definitely met this person on a dating website, because we have the 3rd house, the 5th house, the 7th house. This could show online activity that has to do with dating and romance. You could have met this person through a hobby or anything that you pursue as, you know, an extracurricular activity, something you just do for fun, not necessarily for, I don't know, for monetary reason or a very serious reason. You could have also met this person at a concert or through anything that implies a wide audience. You could have met this person also through a father figure or through a guru or a teacher. You could have also met this person through anything to do with art, for instance. So going to the movies, you know, or again, going to a hobby course, or anything creative, going to theater, taking a theater class, stuff like that. You could have also met this person through any activity that has to do with children. With respect to what they are working in, again, they could be working with children, like I said, because we have the 5th house. They could also be a teacher. They could be in some kind of a position where they're sharing knowledge. So we do have that strong Jupiter energy, and we have it repeated here. It came out through the cards, but we also have it repeated here through the 9th house coming out. So they could be educating on a higher level, you know. They could even be maybe like a college professor, very specifically, but somehow they could be a teacher. They could be in a position where they're sharing knowledge for a living. They could also be someone who is very creative. Now, bear in mind, these could be professions, or they could be just things that they're very interested in, right? So they could be very creative. They could be into arts, especially dramatic arts, but really any kind of art. I'm actually seeing music. So especially with Hasta coming out, this is really specific, but for some of you, and Jupiter also being strong, but for some of you, this person could be into classical music, or they could play a musical instrument, or maybe several musical instruments. They could be working in, so yeah, they could be into arts. They could be working in arts even. They could be working in any kind of profession where they have to address an audience on a regular basis, because we have all the air houses here. So again, communication comes up strongly in this person's makeup. We have 3rd house, 7th house, 11th house. They could also teach like metaphysical things, but to a lesser extent, I would say, or higher education, you know, very specific courses, maybe things like philosophy, you know, higher learning, stuff like that. They could also be a doctor, because we have the 6th house. They could be involved with the medical field. They could also, yeah, deal with large groups of people on a regular basis. For some of you, very specifically, they could be involved in real estate. They could be making money out of real estate, or again, they could be a realtor. They could be working with vehicles, maybe a car dealer or something like that, or anything to do with homes and vehicles, actually, buildings and vehicles, or maybe even, maybe not necessarily buildings, but dealing with land, you know, things that are immovable. So the 1st house and the 6th house coming out could show that this, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this person could be like a fitness instructor, or they could just be very much into taking care of themselves. Again, you also have the Virgo here on the dice, and the Virgo came out really strongly. So, and we also have the 6th house, which pertains to Virgo. So this could be a person who's very health conscious. They could be someone who looks like they really take care of themselves. They could be quite picky when it comes to what they eat, for instance, or they could be very into health foods. And yeah, they probably have a fitness routine as well. 1st house also came out twice, like I said. And 3rd house can also show that this person can be quite independent when it comes to how they make their money. So since we have the 3rd and the 6th house that came out, I'm not necessarily going to say that this is someone who's self-employed. For some of you, this could be someone who's self-employed. For others, maybe not. But either way, they can be quite courageous and independent, you know. So they like to go after what they want. For some of you, this is someone who actually makes a living doing something they really love. Like they've turned a hobby into a way to make a living. For some of you, this person could be in any profession involving death or sexuality or psychotherapy with the 7th house. They could like to travel. They travel a lot. Maybe they travel for their profession as well. We have the moon twice. Oh wait, before I get to the planets, this could also signify, let's say, things like body parts. All right, that sounds pretty creepy, but yeah, it could be parts of their body that stands out. So with the 1st house coming out twice, it just shows that this person probably has a well-developed body overall. Like their physique somehow stands out overall. Maybe they have a strong presence. Maybe they have just a really well-developed body. They could have a good muscle mass, definitely, because the Mars energy came out as well. I'm getting this person likes to stay physically active. They, like I said, they probably go to the gym because you have repeated messages of this. The moon came out twice here, so this shows that their face could stand out. And also when it comes to their face, they could have features that are really gentle. So this could actually tend towards a fair complexion, but again, that depends also on genetic inheritance. But they could tend towards the fairer complexion, let's say, of their family members. Yeah, could even show things like a blonde sort of person, blondish, light-colored eyes, stuff like that. But with respect to their actual facial features, this could be a person who has wide features, like a pretty wide face. They could have eyes that are pretty wide, set apart. Yeah, and they could have like a pretty, I don't know, like gentle sort of expression. They could also have wide eyes. And they could also have something about their face that gives it the impression of youthfulness. So they could have high cheekbones or chubby cheeks or something. For some of you, this person could have a bit of a round face as well. There's something about their face that kind of looks a bit baby-faced, maybe even in some situations. And with the moon coming out twice and the 4th house coming out, the chest area very much stands out. The chest and the abdomen, especially the stomach. So those are the areas that stand out about this person, irrespective of their gender, right? Yeah, the chest stands out. The arms and the hands stand out because we also have Hasta that came out. So repeated messages about the hands and the arms maybe standing out. The shoulders as well. Their thighs. Yep. And their back and their lower backside. That could also stand out. So yeah, we also have Aquarius here and we have Mars. So like I said, with Mars, this shows a strong muscle mass. We also have Dhanishta here, which is ruled by Mars. And we also have Mrigashira, which is ruled by Mars. So we have some pretty strong Mars energy here. So this shows this person has a well-developed muscle mass, like I said. They have a strong physique. And like I said, very likely this person works out regularly. It's very likely. We also have the Scorpio energy, which came out through the death card as well. So And we also have a Shlesha. This is interesting. So this person definitely is quite sexy. You know, this is a strong confirmation of what came out, because we also have all this Venus energy, this Purva Ashadha going on. But I think mostly it's the physique. So I'm actually getting an interesting blend of masculine and feminine. I'm actually seeing more towards the masculine energy here, because we have a lot of, like, despite the moon coming out twice, we have all this masculine energy through Mrigashira and Dhanishta, and we have the Mars coming out. So this just shows that this person's energy could be pretty intense sometimes. You know, it's interesting. They could also be pretty moody. So you have the moon and Mars. This could show that maybe this person has an aspect between the Mars and the moon in their horoscope. So that would definitely explain being moody and maybe going through extremes with respect to their energies. And, like, for instance, they could go from very gentle and understanding, which is more of the moon energy, into very aggressive and, you know, harsh, which is the Mars energy. It could even be that you maybe have the moon or the Mars conjunct together, or maybe you have both of these planets strongly aspecting the partner archetypes in your horoscope. I've talked about that more on my astrology channel in case you're curious to check it out. Yeah. Or maybe you have moon or Mars as Dharakaraka. Again, if you come from my astrology channel, you know what I mean. So these are the signifiers of the partner in the horoscope. And Aquarius can show that this person is very independent and very unusual. There could also be like a difference in background between the two of you. Not a very strong one, but there could be like some difference in ethnicity, right? We have Ardra as well. Speaking of background and Rahu and stuff, we have Ardra, so this shows that this person could really like nature. They could really like animals. We also have Ardra and Mrigashira, so they could really like animals. By the way, we also have the 6th house, which is connected to animals. So maybe for some of you, very specifically, this person is a vet, or they could be working with animals on a regular basis. Maybe they're into nature conservation. Maybe they just like to be outdoors a lot. They could also like to keep pets. You know, maybe their pets are important to them. And with Ardra, I'm also seeing that this person has a hidden sensitivity. So they could come across actually similarly to what I said with the star card here that came out, the star and the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like this person comes across as much tougher than they actually are, really. Because Ardra shows like a hidden sensitivity. And here with Dhanishta, they could be even into combat or something. But they're definitely someone who has a lot of masculine energy. They could be really competitive as well sometimes. They're also someone who has a very sharp mind, very logical, investigative. Not a lot escapes them. Overall, they also have a lot of jovialness because we have a lot of Sagittarius. So this person could also come across as pretty optimistic and open-minded and fun-loving as well. With Jyeshta falling in Scorpio, this person could be someone who has sleep problems. That's really specific. But for some of you, this person could have sleep problems. They could be up at night a lot. They could have like they could be a pretty high-strung person. And Jyeshta is also the sign of the self-made individual. So this is probably someone who has achieved a lot through their own efforts, irrespective of what their background was. With Purva Ashadha, this person could really like the sea. They could like swimming, for instance. Or maybe they live by the sea. That's really specific. They're also very stubborn with Uttara Falguni. They're very stubborn, very determined. But yeah, overall, they have an interesting blend of masculine and feminine, really. They could also, this is really, really specific, but for some of you, they could really like magic tricks and magicians. And like I said, their hands could stand out. They could also be into military stuff. They could be interested in the military, or they could be involved in the military. Like I said, with Maga, this is a strong confirmation that this person is well known. They have some level of fame. within their community or within a certain group of people. Okay, this could be like a large social media following, or they could be like just popular within a particular group. Ashlesha is also a very seductive energy, so yeah, this person attracts a lot of people. That explains the star, really. This person definitely attracts a lot of people. I think many people see them as a catch. That could also be the a potential interpretation of the 7th house, because the 7th house is the house of the spouse. By the way, I should have mentioned this, that 7th house is also a strong confirmation that you are going to marry this person, because you have both the romance and the marriage houses here. So for some of you, this is literally like someone you're going to go through the entire trajectory of the romance novel as depicted by Western media and literature, meaning you're going to meet this person, you're going to start dating, you're going to fall in love, and you're going to marry, right? Because you have the 7th house here. But also the 7th house just shows that a lot of people may see this person as an ideal spouse. And this person also with the moon, what I was going to say is that, so they definitely have a lot of moon energy, right? So this also explains the Empress. They could be really good at dealing with kids. Maybe kids are drawn to them. But they have definitely have a very nurturing energy. And they could be very imaginative and very gentle and empathic a lot of the times. They have this very sensitive side, but they may not show it, easily to anyone, to just anyone. It could take time for them to open up. They could also be interested in cooking, and just with the 4th house, family is very important to them. And I should have mentioned this, you could have met this person through your parents as well with the 4th house, sorry. And also in your homeland. They could also be someone who's patriotic, by the way, with the 4th house. Or proud of their heritage. Oh my god, yeah, with Maga that also explains it, because yeah, Maga can also mean that this person is very conscious of their cultural background, their ethnicity, and they could be pretty proud of that. Like maybe they talk about it often. So this is pretty much what I can get, really. I'm going to see what the specific physical characteristics have to say about who this person is. Maybe you can recognize them better. So, Spirit, tell me, who is pile number 1, secret admirer? Tell me, Spirit, who is pile number 1, secret admirer? Spirit, who is pile number 1, secret admirer? Okay, I think... Okay, that's enough. So, we have light tan skin, green eyes, rounded face. That's a strong confirmation of what I said about the moon. Beauty spot on the face. Short nose to mouth distance. Strong jaw. Chin dimple. Glasses. Straight hair. Full lips. Older, more mature. So this could be actual physical characteristics, like they could be older or they could just look older. Strong build, muscular, very strong confirmation of what I said. We have fair skin, confirmation again. Medium build, okay. Broad smile. Hazel eyes. Almond-shaped eyes. Melancholic or serious expression. Dark tan skin. Strong nose. Brown eyes. Beautiful hands, strong confirmation. Again, loads of confirmation. Light tan skin came out twice. athletic body, confirmations, black eyes. Black eyes, I think, came out twice. Or no, it was brown eyes. Square face. So, what? Come on. Bohemian style or vibes. Mischievous smile. Short to medium height. Tattoo. Short to medium height came out twice. Very tall. All right. Like I said, reading for multiple people. Facial hair. Blue or gray eyes. So I think pretty much every eye color came out. Medium build came out twice. Jewelry. So this person could wear jewelry or some kind of accessories. Round eyes. Mischievous smile came out twice. This is actually typical for Mercury energy, so it's a confirmation as well, because you have Virgo, and you had a lot of Virgo and Gemini energy. We have introverted. We have straight hair twice. And broad smile twice. All right, so pretty strong confirmations. What do you think, pile number one? Let me know in the comments if you recognize this person, if you have any idea who they are. I'm very curious to hear how this resonated. So, thank you very much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. And if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Also, if you're interested in a personal tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. And you can email me for a list of reading options with prices and even sample readings if you're curious to see some. Also, in the video description, you will find a link to reviews I have gotten for private tarot readings if you're curious to see them. And also, if you're interested in astrology, last but not least, I have an astrology channel. I focus mostly on Vedic astrology, but I also have a lot of experience in tropical astrology, and sometimes I use insights from tropical as well and mix them with Vedic. And you can find my astrology channel in the video description or in the pinned comment in the comment section. So, and also don't forget to comment in the comment section with, again, any feedback you would like to give about this reading or ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover on this channel. Thank you, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here, which is the 7 of Swords, and or this fluorite crystal. So I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the interpretation if you don't want to sit through the card shuffling selection phase. All right, Spirits, what can you tell me for pile number 2, the people who chose the fluorite crystal? Who has a crush on them, Spirit? Tell me. Who has a crush on pile number 2? Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 2? The people who chose the fluorite crystal. Tell me, who has a crush on pile number 2? Who has a crush on pile number 2? All right. So let's see. We have wisdom and we have transition. And we have communication with number 10. And we have regrets. Wow. Number 23. Interesting. All right. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who has a crush on them? Who has a crush on pile number 2, Spirit? Who has a crush on my pile number 2? The people who... Whoa, this one just popped out. Karma. Wow, this is a judgment card. There's some karmic stuff going on here. Pile number 2. All right, this one wants to come out. Is that just one? Let me see. Yeah. So we have, yeah, one more. Spirit, tell me. Who has a crush on pile number 1? So let's see. We have the King of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands. Oh, this one, yeah. We have the Karma, which is the Judgment card. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay. Let's see some more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? The people who chose the fluorite crystal. Who has a crush on them? Who has a crush on pile number 2, Spirit? Tell me. Who has a crush on pile number 2? The people who chose the... Oh, alright. This one just wanted to jump out. Tell me, Spirit. Okay, these two. So we have the 10 of Wands. We have the 6 of Cups. We have the 4 of Cups underneath the 4 of Wands. Have the Strength card. Wow, we have the 2 of Cups underneath the Ace of Wands. And we have the 8 of Swords underneath the Ace of Swords. Pile number 2. This person, I think, is in love with you. I mean, this is really interesting. We have the Ace of Wands and the 2 of Cups, one underneath the other. Very strong feelings on the part of this person. Ace of Swords as well. This is a person who has very, very strong emotions for you. Not like they feel both a strong passion for you, maybe physical attraction as well, but they also have romantic feelings for you. This is someone who likes you physically and intellectually. And with the 2 of Cups here, see, this could be someone that you probably already know. This could even be someone that you yourself like. Because the 2 of Cups is a card that shows reciprocity and meeting someone halfway, basically. It shows the balanced partnership, and it also shows a relationship that is in the initial phases. So this could be someone that you met not too long ago from the moment that you watched this reading. This could be someone that you met relatively recently. So this is fresh emotions here, fresh passion. And yeah, this could also be someone you are actually dating. But if you're not actually dating this person, this is someone that wants to date you very badly. They really find you very, very attractive. And I also see with the Judgment here and the Strength. Wow. The Judgment and the Strength. See, the first card that came out is the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords can mean multiple things. It's not the most positive of cards. So it can show a person who is deceptive, but it can also just speak of this person already being committed. As in a relationship, not to an institution. I mean, to the institution of marriage, maybe some of them. This could be like a person who wants to be with you, but they can't for some reason. The 7 of Swords just generally shows a person who is very, how should I put it? Left-brained. Someone who is it left-brained or right-brained? I never quite get it right, but I think it's left-brained. You know, someone who is very rational, and they are the kind of person who is always thinking about how to get results and how to simplify their existence as opposed to complicating it. Someone who believes in working smarter, not harder, you know. So this could show someone who is actively deceptive. I mean, you might want to, you know, listen to your intuition on this one. So if this is someone, for instance, who is single, or you think that they're single, you need to watch out that they're maybe not already in a relationship with someone. Because the 7 of Swords could show deception for some of them. But I think mostly this is not the case. It's not like they're actively trying to deceive you. It could just be that they're stuck in a relationship that they're not happy in. See, we have the Judgment here and the Strength. So this shows like a lot of reasoning and a lot of self-restraint. But it also shows that this person, not just this person, actually, it could be the both of you feel like this relationship, this connection is meant to be something significant in your lives. And it could very well be that it will turn out to be a significant relationship. But what I am getting here is this is not an easy, uncomplicated connection if you were to date this person. I'm seeing that this is someone who definitely wants you, wants to come towards you, but there's something holding them back. And I think most likely what is holding them back are prior commitments. So again, this makes me think that either they're in a relationship or they just have huge amounts of responsibilities and they can't really prioritize a relationship right now. See, you also have the King of Wands here and the Ten of Wands underneath. So on the one hand, this shows tons of passion. So this is a person who's very passionate in general because we have so many Wands energies here. But it also shows this person can be really burdened by a lot of responsibilities. And the King of Wands tends to show someone who is, great, a fly. I don't know how it got in. Jesus. Anyway, the King of Wands tends to show a person who is generally someone who has a strong masculine energy, all right? Obviously, this can go for any gender, but it tends to show someone who is very in their masculine energy, someone who is kind of a leader in some way or a manager of something. So someone who has, let's say, a large responsibility towards a lot of people. So they could have people depending on them. The Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Cups underneath. This is a person who, again, is very focused on profession. I'm seeing someone who works very hard, to be honest. We have the Ten of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So they could be very focused on their profession, on their, building their career, building their finances. So for some of you, it's not necessarily that they're not, that they're in a relationship or deceiving you or something. But for one reason or another, they just really have to prioritize their career when you first get together, let's say, or when they discover that they have feelings for you and they think, they would like to have a relationship with you, but then they remember that actually they have stuff they have to take care of. I see this reiterated with this card that says regrets here. Communication with number 10. So communication can be very important about this person. This could also be someone you've met online with communication. Or it's just that this person has very strong communication skills. When you meet this person with the transition, again, this could be a person that when you meet them, or again, it could be you or it could be them, you could have met this person in a time of their lives when they are about to change or they're about to make some major changes in their lives, So again, this could literally be, for some of you, this is about leaving a former relationship, but for others, this could be about, I don't know, it could be like a huge job change or a huge career shift or something that takes up a lot of their energy and their time. So it's not to say that if this is the person that, if it sounds like the person you're interested in, because I really think that with the Two of Cups, this is someone that you like as well. I'm going to see what other signs come out when I get the rest of the notes as well. But I just, based on these, I feel like there could be mutual attraction. And also with the karma or the Judgment card, this could be someone that you just right off the bat you felt like this is someone significant. Maybe it wasn't like love at first sight, but it was a kind of connection where this person like made you feel either immediately a sense of comfort or like a sense of deja vu, or it's like they evoked very strong emotions in you. And that could be a signifier that you have had a past life connection. Not always. That could also just be that you are triggered because they remind you of an abusive parent. So you do need to watch out for that. But with the karma, it could very well be, if they don't remind you of an abusive parent, it could very well be that this is someone that was somehow fated, you know, that someone you were meant to meet. And also with wisdom, you have the King of Wands and we have wisdom and we have strength. This gives me the impression, we also have the number 8 so many times. And we have the number 8 on the strength, the 8 of swords, the 8 of pentacles, and the number 10 as well comes out. So I'm getting a lot of Capricorn, a lot of Scorpio energy, a lot of Saturn, a lot of K2 energy. So this could be a person who has gone through a lot, works very hard, could be even a bit of a workaholic. In either situation, you know, this is a person who is just very determined to build up their career, to handle their responsibilities. And like I said, I get the feeling that this is someone who supports a lot of people. If they don't support, let's say, extended family, maybe there's someone who's involved in charity or something. There's someone who gives a lot to their community or to other people, or both. People around them, I mean. Yeah, this person totally dreams about you. This person dreams about having a happy family with you. Because we have the Four of Wands as well, and we have the Four of Cups. See, the Four of Cups here is like about, it's about, what's the word? You know, it's about pondering. It's about like, you know, should I stay or should I go? Basically, it's like they're so attracted to you that they find it hard to get their, you know, SHIT together and continue with their life as usual. I really feel like you've made a very powerful impression on this person. This person could also be working either in a healing profession, they could be involved in the medical field, or they could be maybe both, actually. I'm going to see also what the astrological notes have to say about professions in a bit. But I feel, just looking at the Six of Cups here, they could be working in healing professions, so in a medical field, like I said, or they could be working with kids, or they could be working in some kind of a creative profession as well. Or this could be interests, okay? Maybe they're not working in these fields, but they have an interest. They could be artistic as well. And imaginative. Look at this, the Ace of Swords and the Eight. Wow. This person, you know what the feeling I'm getting is this person is trying so hard to control their feelings for you. They're trying really, really hard. We have, you know, we have like these cards like all showing passion and love and whatever, and we have all these cards that show restraint and control and a little bit of narrow-mindedness as well. So this person could have the blinkers on, you know, in some ways. Like, look at this, we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Eight of Swords underneath. So this could be that this person gets all enthusiastic about you, but then immediately after they're like, this is never gonna work, you know, or you know, this doesn't make any sense. I really think that this person is someone who's quite rational on a regular basis. So they're rational, they're pragmatic. So I think it's unlikely that they make decisions out of passion, pure passion and impulsiveness, but the feelings they have for you are just overwhelming for them. And like I said, I'm feeling both emotional, romantic feelings and passionate, even sexual feelings. But this person, I think, dreams about, you know, marrying you and having the kids and the white picket fence and everything. So it should be interesting to see how this progresses. This person is like going back and forth, to be honest. So I'm not, like, I cannot even say 100% if this person is going to pursue you or not. But I don't know. I feel like the best thing you can do, if this sounds like someone you like as well, the best you can do is to at least make sure that they don't feel rejected. You know, But in any case, I don't feel like this person is going to make a decision very early on in this connection, you know, because I'm seeing a lot of back and forths here, a lot of, you know, pondering and like, should I stay or should I go, that kind of thing. But I definitely see the very strong emotions here. So again, it could be that for some of you, this person just literally has so many obligations that they just can't be with you, or so it could take a while for you two to get together. So I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, because I don't see that. This could actually turn out to be a very significant relationship, because we also have the Judgment, like I said. Also with the regrets, yeah, the regrets here, I'm not feeling like this is someone that, I mean, okay, for some of you, really specifically, this might actually be someone you have rejected at some point. This could be like a situation of either they were rejected, you rejected them, or maybe they rejected you and now they regret it. You know, they could see you as the one that got away or something. But I think for most of you, that's not the case with the rest of the cards here. I think it's just that this person feels like they're afraid that they're going to lose you because they can't really commit fast enough to you or something. They realize that it's very difficult, if not impossible. At the very least, it's going to take a while for them to be ready to approach you and to, you know, try to have a real relationship with you. All right, so this is pretty much what I see from the cards. Let me get the astrological note. Oh, right, I got these new dice, so I'm going to use these dice first and foremost. Spirit, what can you tell me about who has a crush on pile number 2? The people who chose the fluorite. Tell me, Spirit. Who has a crush on pile number 2? Huh. Alright, so we have the number 10. So confirmation of all the number 10s that come out. Also, number 10 is the 10th house, which is ruled by Capricorn. Confirmation of what I said. We also have Pisces here. So this person could have prominent Pisces energy. And we also have the Sun, which is a confirmation of the King of Wands energy. All right. So this person could have strong fire placements, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or they could have a lot of strong sun nakshatra, maybe a strongly placed sun first and foremost. Or they could have placements in the nakshatras ruled by the sun, which are Kritika, Uttara Falguni, and Uttara Ashadha. But I'm going to get more into that in the astrological notes. Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 2? Who has a crush on them? All right. What can you tell me for pile number 2? Who has a crush on my pile number 2? The people who chose the fluorite, Spirit. Who has a crush on pile number 2? The people who chose the fluorite. Tell me, Spirit. All right. Lots of notes here. Let me start with the houses, okay? We have the 7th house. So this is a confirmation of what I said. By the way, if you feel drawn to pile number 1, you might want to check it out, because there are some common energies here, but only if you feel drawn to it. So 7th house is the house of the spouse. So this is a confirmation that this is someone you might end up having a serious long-term relationship, even marriage with. But again, on the other hand, it could also be a confirmation that this person is married for some of you. The 3rd house is about communication. So 3rd house is the house of communication. So this is a strong confirmation as well. We have 1st house, the house of the physical body. They stand out somehow physically. We have 9th house. This is the house of Sagittarius. So we have some fire energy going on. We have the 11th house, the house of crowds and gains. We have the 10th house. Yeah, so this person is very focused on career, because the 10th, number 10 came out so many times. It could also be, for some of you, this person is born on the 10th, or they could be a life path number 1, or they were born on a day that boils down to a number 1 numerologically. So that could be the 28th, the 19th, the 10th, the 1st. 3rd house came out twice. So this person is very independent. Okay, I'm going to get more into the description as I go along. We also have 1st house twice. Very independent person. 12th house. This is interesting. 12th house is spirituality, isolation, imagination. 6th house is the medical field. Can also be pets and competitions. 10th house came out twice. Okay. Loads of cards came. Well, 3 houses came out twice. Sorry about the ambulance or whatever is going on. I don't know what's going on out there. So let's see. We have the sun. Oh my god. The sun. We have confirmation of the sun. So we have the King of Wands. The sun came out on the dice. And we also have the sun here. Nice. We have Leo. Are you kidding me? So much fire here. Confirmations upon confirmation. Sagittarius. So we have 2 of the fire signs. All right. We have Venus. Okay, Venus is a confirmation, although I didn't mention it. The number 6 on the 6 of Cups made me think of Venus. So we have Cancer as well. We have some sensitivity going on here. We have the Moon as well. Okay. So this person has also a balance between masculine and feminine. Taurus, that's more Venus energy. And we have Aries. Oh my god, like all the fire signs came out. So much fire. I like that song, This Girl Is on Fire by Alicia Keys is playing in my head right now. Alright, so let's look at the nakshatras. We have Pushya, which again is ruled by Saturn. So we have some Saturn confirmation of energy. We have Chitra, which is ruled by Mars. Falls in Virgo and Libra. We have Rohini, okay, which is ruled by the Moon, falls in Taurus. So we have the Taurus energy. We have Hasta, which is ruled by the Moon, falls in Virgo. We have Ardra, which is ruled by Rahu, falls in Gemini. We have Ashwini, which is ruled by Ketu, falls in Aries. Satabishak falls in Aquarius, ruled by Rahu. So we have some significant Rahu energy going on as well. And we have Mrigashira, falls in Taurus and Gemini, ruled by Mars. All right, so let me break things down here. Okay. So before I get into the descriptions, I want to say that, of course, bear in mind that I'm reading for a lot of people, so it's unlikely that all of these are going to apply to each and every one of you. Instead, it's probably going to be a combination of different descriptors. So I'm going to try to be as detailed as possible with all the potential combinations here that I can find. See what resonates. So the houses can show potential areas of interest with respect to this person. They could show the career this person is active in. They could show how you met this person, circumstances surrounding your meeting. And last but not least, could also show parts of their body, their physique that is particularly prominent about them or attractive. Okay, so we have the 10th house coming out twice, like I said. So there's a lot of Saturn energy with this person. Even though Saturn didn't come out, we do have some Earth energy that came out. We have Taurus, we have Venus, and we have Pusha, which is ruled by Saturn, that came out. So there could be significant Saturn energy with this person. This means someone who's pretty serious, mature in their outlook. So irrespective of their age, they could be someone who takes their responsibilities very seriously. This is a confirmation of the 10 of Wands, really. I think this person could be very focused on their career also, because the 10th house is the house of career and social responsibilities as well. So like I said, I feel like this person can actually have a really giving nature, in the sense that they could be active in the community that they live in. They could really want to give back to the community. They could really want to help people. So we have the 10th house twice, and we also have the 6th house that came out. So they could be involved in service somehow, you know, maybe even charities. But the 10th house can also show that they might be working for the government somehow, or, you know, yeah, somehow they might be employed for the government or something. They could also just have a pretty solid social status. Like they could have like a pretty respectable position. I'm seeing someone that in many ways comes across as pretty conventional, actually. So Capricorn and Saturn is all about tradition and stuff. So this could be a person who, you know, I'm not seeing someone who's like crazy over the top or something, you know. I think this is someone who's pretty conventional in their career. They could also be in any kind of administrative position or a managerial position, or they could be For some of you, this person could be an entrepreneur, because we also have the 10th. So we had the 10th house twice, we have the 3rd house twice, and we had another one that came out. Yeah, the 1st house also came out twice. So the 1st and the 3rd houses are very independent energies. So this person also, this is a lot of masculine energy. I'm not surprised. You also have a lot of fire here. So if this is a man, like, which I'm sure for most of you, that's what you're interested in. This is a person who is extremely masculine. They could come across as like very typically macho, at least on the surface. In any case, what I was going to say is this person is pretty independent, so they could actually be self-employed or even an entrepreneur, because we have the 3rd house, which is the house of courage and enterprising spirit, basically, which is strongly represented. The physical body also stands out about them, because the 1st house is the house of the muscle mass and the physical body. So they could be someone who really works out, really takes care of their body, could have a strong muscle mass. Like I said, they could come across as pretty imposing physically, broad-shouldered, broad-chested, that kind of thing could be. We also have the 3rd house twice, and the 3rd house means the hands, the arms, the shoulders could really stand out about them. Their legs could be particularly well developed. Another thing is, okay, the backside also could be very attractive. The backside, the lower back, and the butt. The feet somehow could stand out as well about this person. And the lower abdomen. With respect to how you met this person, this could be someone... Oh, wait, I didn't cover all the careers. Wait a minute. So they could be in healthcare. Like I said, the 6th house is a confirmation of that. So is the Venus energy. So this could be a healer. Even if this person is not in healthcare, they could be someone who has a healing touch. So maybe there's someone who is very good at dealing with people, maybe people under distress. They know how to handle crisis situation. They can have a soothing effect on others. They can calm people down. They also have this nice combination of the sun and the moon. So this shows like a... makes me think of that band, the Mamas and the Papas. So like, they could have this kind of mother and father energy all in one. Like, they can come across as really protective and also quite soothing and nurturing sometimes, right? So there can be, yeah, they could be someone who really knows how to comfort people in times of distress, irrespective of whether they work as, let's say, a psychotherapist or not, because they could make a good psychotherapist, I think, based on these indicators. 7th house actually can show that they might work with people in one-on-one situations. So for some of you, this could literally be someone who's into therapy, psychotherapy. Again, literally, they could be someone who is interested in therapy or going to therapy, or they might have an interest in psychology as well. With the Mrigashira, they have an investigative mind. So they like to get to the bottom of things, but it's probably not the strongest indicator of their career path, judging by these cards. With the 9th house, I feel like this person is pretty well educated for most of you. This person is pretty benevolent as well. I think they could come across as actually pretty harsh, because we have all this Saturn energy and we also have the sun and all this fire energy. So like I said, I'm getting predominantly masculine, harsh energy, even though we also have some moon going on. So there is a nurturing side to this person. But I feel like overall, their dominant energy is pretty harsh, like comes across as pretty tough, at least at first sight, or in the first interactions. Let's see. Yeah, so they could be a teacher, especially a higher education teacher, or they could teach some kind of specialized courses, because we have the 9th house energy. They could also be involved in traveling. They could be really interested in traveling, but they could even work somehow in something connected to travels, like maybe they're a travel agent or something. For some of you, this person could be coming from far away, maybe even from a different country than you. You could have met this person, or you're going to meet this person, for those of you who haven't, let's say, met this Let's say maybe some of you are about to meet this person, so they're in your energy, but you haven't met them yet. But you could meet this person through long-term travel, long-term or long-distance travel, maybe even to a different continent. You could meet this person through siblings, through friends, acquaintances. You could also meet them through any kind of formal setting. Oh, I should have said this. They could be someone who works online a lot. Maybe they work online. In any case, communication is very important with respect to their career. So they could be someone who talks a lot for their profession, or they could even be like into music or writing or something like that. Communication is very important for their career. In any case, you could have met this person through siblings, like I said. You could have definitely also met this person online, because the third house came out twice. You could have met this person through your career, through their career, because the 10th house and the 6th house are there. You could have met this person through your daily routines or their daily routine. Like, let's say they take a walk they go take their dog out for a walk at 8 a.m. every morning, and that's how you met them, while they were taking the dog out for a walk, just to give you an example. You could have met this person through any kind of large social gathering, like a concert, for instance, or some kind of an event where a lot of people were attending. You could also have met this person through any kind of activity that involves psychotherapy or sexuality or even death. You could also, very specifically, like I mentioned, you could have actually met this person through pets somehow, through animals, through pets. Maybe they're a vet. For some of you, this is really specific, but for some of you, this could be a veterinary doctor or just someone who really likes animals, because we have multiple signifiers of this. We also have Mrigashira, we have Ardra Nakshatras, and we also have the 6th house, which is the house of pets. This person also is pretty competitive. I feel like this is someone who wants to kind of always be first, because we have the 1st house. Like I said, the 1st and the 3rd house are houses that show a lot of bravery, a lot of like proactiveness. You know, this is definitely not someone who sits and cries for, I don't know, sits and mopes around about bad luck, let's say. This is definitely someone who's very hands-on. So I see, yeah, that's what I was saying about having a lot of masculine energy, a lot of bravery, you know. So they come across as someone who really wants to be first, you know, like wants to compete, and you know, they might be vicious towards competition actually. This person also could have a strong faith, a strong sense of faith in life. They could even be religious or guided by religion. But I also see like a strong imagination with this person. And this is really specific, but they could be working in isolation, or they could be working in places of isolation, like hospitals, prisons, maybe spiritual retreats. And by the way, you could have also met this person in some kind of a activity involving spirituality or spiritual retreats or going to church or stuff like that. Maybe you could have met them in a hospital. That's pretty grim, but it's a possibility, especially if they're into healthcare. For some of you, this is really specific, but for some of you, this person could be very athletic, like to the point of even being involved in sports competitions. Let's see. So with all this fire energy, also with the 9th house and the Sagittarius, this person probably likes to stay active. They probably like traveling, like I mentioned, with the 9th house and the 12th house coming out as well. Venus, though, shows this person is really good looking. This person definitely has a pretty face. Their face could really stand out. Also, their voice could stand out. So with Venus, like I said, with Venus coming out, the 3rd house coming out, we also have, let's see, Satabishak as well. This person could be popular enough to be like a singer, actual singer, or they could be playing an instrument as well. We also have Hasta energy here. Satabishak is a bit of an energy of the wounded healer. It's similar to Chiron in tropical astrology. So, and it's also called the nakshatra of 1,000 physicians to the gods. It's very much connected to the medical field, but not only. It also shows people that can be very popular with large groups of people. You know, just to give an example, Robin Williams had very strong, well, not very strong, he had Moon in Satabeshak, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to go through like the list of people who had this nakshatra because loads of people did and do. It's a nakshatra that shows up prominently in the charts of very popular performers and artists, but also people who are healers, you know, psychotherapists, doctors. So I definitely feel for this pile stronger than pile number one, because we had some similar vibes here, but for this pile, even more than for pile number one, this could be a connection to the medical profession, or this, like I said, could actually be this person works in the medical profession. But even if they don't, they have this very healing energy. Like they probably have a very deep understanding of human suffering and psychology. They know how to deal with people. Like I said, this is why I'm getting this soothing energy of someone who knows how to comfort others in times of turmoil. Yeah, with the Venus energy, very pretty face, also very stubborn energy. This person could also be very focused on financial security, and they could definitely also like the finer things in life. Quite hedonistic sometimes. Oh, and Rohini is a very strong confirmation that this person is very pretty. They can have a very pretty face, and this is a person that here's the thing. With Rohini, irrespective of how masculine they look, this is a person who really likes compliments, but they will never admit to it. They really crave compliments, and they crave to be pampered. You should keep that in mind in case you get into a relationship with this person. They like to get compliments. This person likes to get compliments. They like to be told how impressive and pretty they are. We also have Ardra here. So there's a touch of unpredictability about this person. This could be a person that, I mean, I don't want to freak anyone out, but this could be someone who literally can shift very quickly between calm and angry. Because Ardra speaks of very intense emotion. So also considering the cards that came out here, I think this is a person who has a lot of passion, definitely. The cards and the astrological notes, they all point in that direction. And Ardra further reinforces that. This person can have really, really intense emotions. And also with the sun and the moon, I didn't mention this, and also with the Satabisha, this could be a person who really had a rough upbringing. They could have had a lot of traumas themselves, and that has made them really sensitive to other people's needs and other people's psychology, I guess. They can really read others. And let me think. What I was going to say, yeah, about Ardra is that they could come across as pretty calm on the surface, but then all of a sudden they will fly off the handle out of nowhere. They might have, like I said, this aura of unpredictability about them. Like, people don't really know what side of the bed they're going to wake up on. And in any case, Ardra will make them look tough. Ardra and Chitra as well. So these are pretty tough energies, but this person has an inner sensitivity to them. You know, they're pretty sensitive. They could also be pretty artistic, to be honest. And they could be, again, with Chitra, they can have a very imposing physique, you know, like I said. So they could have like, you know, sculpted muscles and stuff. They could really take care of their bodies, you know. Maybe they go to the gym regularly. Like I said, there's a confirmation here of all the first house energy, the sixth house. And they were probably quite sturdy physically as well with Ardra and Chitra. Like, you know, pretty robust. This is really specific, but they could like horses or sports involving horses. They could really like forests and being out in nature. With Chitra, they could be interested in photography or filmmaking. also, did I mention they could play an instrument? Yeah, they could play an instrument. They could be working in research. Not just working in research, but they have a very sharp mind. They have a very sharp investigative mind. They're probably attentive to details. Like, nothing really escapes them, their attention. I don't know if I mentioned this. Did I mention this? But I'm going to mention it again. Like, the hands are really standing out for this person. The hands and the arms. So they could be really interested in activities involving the hands, like playing ping pong, badminton, or playing an instrument. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I can see through the astrological note. So I'm going to get the more specific physical characteristics. All right, so Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 2? Who has a crush on them, Spirit? Who has a crush on pile number 2? Who has a crush on pile number 2? Who has a crush on pile number 2? Tell me. Who has a crush on pile number 2? All right, that's enough. That's more than enough. All right, so let me see. Strong jaw. We have introverted, intense gaze, curly or wavy hair, jovial or playful expression, dark brown or black hair, jewelry. So this person could like to wear jewelry or accessories, the light tan skin, aquiline nose, round eyes, broad shoulders, broad smile, tall, square face. That's a lot of sun energy. Yeah, the square face and the strong jaw goes hand in hand with sun energy. Hazel eyes, gray or white hair, right? So this person could be quite mature, or maybe they have dyed white hair. It's in fashion. Melancholic, serious expression, almond-shaped eyes, green eyes, dark brown or black hair came out twice, introverted, active, all right, confirmation, nose bump, could have a nose bump, deep voice, classic or elegant style, medium build, blue-gray eyes. Okay, so eye color is almost all across the board. Beauty spot on the face. Jewelry came out twice. Not surprising because we had Chitra as a nakshatra and they're known for a connection to liking jewelry and shiny things and stuff. Medium build. Okay, came out twice. Rounded face. Dark tan skin came out twice, I think, or actually, I'm not sure. Dark tan and light tan came out, both of them actually. Beautiful hands, wow, strong confirmation. Green eyes came out twice. Rounded face, straight hair, so we have both curly and straight hair. We have mischievous smile. Slim build, all right, so for some of you this person can be quite slim. Athletic body. Slim build came out twice. Very tall. Triangular or heart-shaped face. All right, so this is all of them. Interesting. For your pile, we only had tall and very tall, so yeah. Yeah, we definitely have a pretty specific physical characteristics here. And some strong confirmations, like I said. All right, so this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that you have found this interesting, as fun and interesting as I have found it. And if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section with feedback you would like to give, how this resonated, to which extent it resonated. Also, ideas that you have for future topics that you would like me to cover on my channel. And if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I will leave my email address. You can email me for a pricing list and reading options, and also some sample readings if you're curious. And also in the video description, you will find a link to reviews I have gotten for private readings. If you're curious to check them out, you can read them there. And also, last but not least, I have an astrology channel, and I will be linking it in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also come from a tropical astrology background. I have more than like 20 years of experience in reading astrological charts, and sometimes I use my insights from tropical astrology, but I basically use the sidereal zodiac coupled with the whole sign house system, just like Vedic astrologers do. And yeah, I mainly focus on Vedic techniques. But if you're interested in astrology, sorry, check out the channel that I will be linking in the video description and or in the pinned comment. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card, which is the Magician card, and or this Jade crystal. So this is going to be the card selection phase. I'm going to add timestamps if you don't want to sit through it, because I will be taking my time. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3, the people who chose the Jade crystal. Tell me, who has a crush on them, Spirit? Who has a crush on pile number 3? Who has a crush on pile number 3? Tell me, Spirit. Who has a crush on pile number 3? The people who chose the Jade crystal. Who has a crush on them? Who has a crush on pile number 3? Let me see. Help. Okay. Karmic relationship. Interesting already. Healing. Goes hand in hand with help. And gentleness. Nice. All right, let's see what the tarot cards have to say. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the Jade crystal. Who has a crush on them, Spirit? Who has a crush on pile number 3? Tell me, who has a crush on pile number 3? Who has a crush on pile number 3? Tell me, Spirit. Knight of Cups. 3 of Cups. The Death card. The Queen of Swords. The 7 of Swords. The 6 of Cups. All right. Let's get some more cards. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? The people who chose the Jade crystal. Tell me. Who has a crush on them, Spirit? Who has a crush on pile number 3? Who has a crush on pile number 3? Tell me, Spirit. Who has a crush on pile number 3? Three of Swords. Okay. 4 of Swords. The World card. The 2 of Swords underneath the Queen of Swords. The the Chariot. And the 8 of Pentacles. So, pile number 3, the first thing that stands out to me like a neon sign is that this is something fated here. You have a karmic relationship. You have the World card. very strong signifiers that this is something, this is a person that you were meant to meet for some reason. Now, I'm not trying to say that you're going to marry this person, but there's a reason why you met this person. There's some kind of fatedness involved here. I think this is a person who, I'm going to be honest, doesn't have the best self-confidence or self-esteem. I think this is a person who is very introverted. And, well, okay, maybe not very, maybe that's a stretch, but this is someone who maybe has a little bit of analysis paralysis. I'm seeing a lot of overthinking here. The Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords underneath. This person is like pondering what they should do about why they like you. See, there's definitely here, like, this is interesting because the attraction that I'm seeing here is very elevated spiritually, unlike the other two piles. I don't want to disappoint or anything, but I'm not seeing like a very strong physical attraction, at least not from these cards. I don't know, maybe something will come out in the astrological notes that says otherwise, but I'm not seeing a very strong physical attraction. Instead, what I'm seeing is this very strong emotional longing and almost a kind of compulsiveness about you. Like, this person needs to be with you, but they can't even understand why they are so drawn to you, maybe. Look at this. We have healing and gentleness and help and karmic relationship. So this could literally be spirit telling you that this person has come into your life to help you with something. Now, this could be actual help, maybe with something pragmatic. Maybe this is someone that is meant to teach you something. Somehow they're going to help you in some way. But it could just be help you with a realization, maybe. I couldn't say what that is exactly. But somehow this connection is healing. But it's interesting here because we have the Knight of Cups and we have the Three of Swords with sorrow here. It's really, well, it seems initially to be contradicting, but I think that this is a person that is meant to help you heal emotionally, but on the other hand, they themselves, yeah, this is a person that is quite bruised emotionally. They're looking for love. They're looking for healing. They are also looking for healing. And I think they see you as someone who can heal their wounds, all the wounds of the past, their broken heart. Now, this could actually be, for some of you, someone that you have already had a connection with, maybe even someone you have rejected in some way in the past. But if that doesn't resonate at all, even if you haven't had a connection with them in this lifetime, you have had some kind of past life connection. You have the Six of Cups, you have karmic relationship. So these are strong signifiers that, and also the world. The world also speaks of the completion of a cycle, you know. So this is interesting as well. Like, this could be a person that that is meant to help you enter a new phase of your life, you know. You're transforming in something. This person, this connection somehow could be a transformative influence in your life. This could also be literally a person who comes from a faraway place. They could come from a different culture than you, a different ethnic background, maybe a different religion. In some significant way, they could be different than you are. I'm also just particularly picking up on fixed energy, but especially scorpionic energy. So fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. But I'm seeing especially Scorpio and Aquarius actually from this spread. So these signs can be prominent in their horoscope. This is a person who's very rational. I actually feel, maybe you're not going to like this, some of you, but I'm almost certain that you're actually going to end up in a relationship with this person. Because the karma is so strong here. Not even because it's an attraction or because, you know, you're so in love with this person or they're in love with you. I think that it's going to be like divine intervention. Almost like, first of all, it could even be that how you met this person may have seemed pretty unlikely, or you could have met this person when you least expected, or you could have met them in a weird set of circumstances. There could have been something fated about how you met. Again, if this doesn't resonate at all, then this is not the right pile for you. Maybe choose another one. But I'm feeling like this is someone that you probably will end up in a relationship with, some kind of a relationship, all right? I'm seeing the Seven of Swords here and the Chariot underneath. See, the Seven of Swords is a card that oftentimes is connected to deception. So it could be that this person is, I don't know, maybe a little bit sly. I'm not necessarily going to say that they're deceiving you consciously or something. This could be a connection that is in some way problematic. You know, I'm not seeing that this is a very easy thing for you to create this connection, you know, to actually get into a relationship with this person, if you even want to get in a relationship with this person. But I'm getting this very strong feeling that you might end up in a relationship based on these things, because, you know, look at all these cards, like so much karma going on. In any case, what I was gonna say is, see, the Seven of Swords here followed by the Chariot makes me think that this person has serious hang-ups about pursuing you, but ultimately they will pursue you. See, the Seven of Swords, it's interesting because both of these cards have the number 7 on them. You know, we have the Seven of Swords and the 7 with the Chariot. But one of them speaks of, you know, kind of being sly and wishy-washy maybe, and, you know, trying to keep things on the down low. And the other one speaks of taking very decisive action. So I'm feeling like this person is going to be pondering things, you know, left and right. We also have the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords underneath. This is also a lot of pondering, a lot of hesitation. But once they make up their mind, it will take them a while, right, to warm up to you. I don't know what this could be. This could be months. This could be maybe even years. But this person eventually will work up the courage to make the first move, to pursue you, to maybe let their feelings known, ask you out. Somehow they're going to start something with you. We have the Six of Cups and we have the Eight of Pentacles underneath. The way that I would read this is this person could be working in a profession they really like. They could be doing something they love for a living. They could be working with kids for a living. They could be pursuing their career with childlike enthusiasm. They're definitely focused on building a name for themselves, a career. I'm seeing, you know, with respect to their profession, they have a kind of intermediary status. They are in a respectable position, but they're heading towards higher grounds as well. And they're not resting on their laurels. This is someone who's really determined to keep perfecting themselves. You know, I'm seeing a perfectionist here. This is someone who's hardworking. I also see this person on the surface could come across as very icy and cold, because we have significant amount of swords energies here. Unlike the other two piles, you have a lot of swords here. So this person I'm getting has a formidable poker face. It's going to be really difficult for you. You may not even realize that they like you at all. This could be one of those connections where if they come forward, when they come forward, you might be totally blindsided. You would be like, really? This person likes me? I never had any idea. Because they could just be like, total blank face. They could be very, if this is someone you have met through a formal setting or a professional setting, which is likely considering that the Eight of Pentacles is here, this person almost never lets on that they like you. You would not be able to tell because they're very icy, right? They have that poker face going on. They're very rational on the surface, and they're also very clever about hiding their feelings until they are ready to show them. This is a person who's very good at understanding human behavior. They also ironically have, well, maybe not so ironic, but they have a predominant energies here of air mixed with water. This is what I see from an astrological point of view. So this means that they're kind of natural born psychologists. They understand people, they understand human motivations, and they most likely actually have a very sharp intuition. It may not be obvious when you see them. Most likely it's definitely not obvious because, like I said, poker face. I think this person on the surface can come across as very icy, like an ice king or ice queen. And they don't show like a softer side, not easily. But look at this. They actually have a very gentle side. They have the healing and the gentleness here. So they actually have a very soft, tender side, but they're keeping it well hidden from view. They're not showing it to everyone. They have a lot of vulnerability, actually, this person. We have the Knight of Cups and the Three of Swords. They can have really strong emotions as well, but they're always literally under the surface. It's like a river that is frozen over and, it's like you can't see that the water is flowing underneath. But very strong intuition. Very strong intuition. Another thing that I can see here, though, with the Knight of Cups and the Three of Swords, this person is very afraid of rejection. And again, you may not be able to see this. Like, on the surface, this person, again, could come across as really tough. Tough, rational, not giving a crap about others. But they actually have a very vulnerable side. So they could actually be a lot more sensitive to your actions than you realize. So if this is someone that sounds like someone you like, my advice is to be very careful how you act around this person, because they could take every little, expression of yours to be a sign of rejection. They're very sensitive because they like you very much. They like you romantically a lot because of this Cups energy. So I'm seeing very high levels of romance, and a very strong compulsion to be with you. All right, I'm getting really metaphysical here, but there are so many indicators that this is a past life connection. The Three of Cups is also in some ways connected to reuniting with a kindred spirit. Kindred spirit, yeah. This is also someone who has a rich inner world. Maybe they're into meditation as well. Maybe their dreams are very important to them. This could be the kind of person that they see things in their dreams, or they get dreams that help them understand their own psychology. Let's not forget that the original card that came out is the Magician. To me, this is like the shaman sort of energy, the Magician. Also with the Magician, this person is a very strong manifester. This could be someone who's like a weaver of worlds, This is someone who weaves and unweaves things. Like, they act in... someone who acts under the radar. How should I put it? They're not someone who is very flashy or easily... they're not someone who's predictable. Let me put it like that. They're very clever about how they go about doing things. I'm getting maybe, again, I don't want to creep out anyone, but could be a little bit of Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, if you've seen Game of Thrones. You know, someone who can be a schemer, definitely. That doesn't mean that they're heartless, though. I'm just saying, this person is really clever. All right, so this is pretty much what I can see from the astrological notes. Let me see what I can get. Sorry, from the tarot cards. Let me see what I can get from the astrological. Oh, yes, and I do have dice now. Let me see. Spirit, what can you tell me about who has a crush on pile number 3? Who has a crush on pile number 3, Spirit? Tell me, who is this person? What kind of energy do they have? Wow, all right. Very strong confirmation. We have Rahu, which is the north node. Check this out. We have Rahu. We have number 5, the 5th house. And we have Taurus. Okay, so Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, which is the archetype of the healer and also the artist. But Rahu coming out is a confirmation of the world card. So it's very likely that this person comes from a different ethnic background than you do. They could even come from a faraway land. But I'm going to get more information here about this person. Tell me, Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 3? Who is this person? Who is a crush on... Okay. Let me get more. Spirit, who has a crush on pile number 3? People who chose the Jade. Who has a crush on pile number 3? Who has a crush on pile number 3? That's enough. That's more than enough. Look at all these notes. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to start with the houses. Let's see. We have 3rd house. Okay, communication is strong. We have 7th house. This is a confirmation that this person could be someone you're going to marry. We have 6th house, the house of health. And again, this could be a healer. We have the 12th house. Okay, so this is spirituality. So it's kind of a confirmation of the magician energy. We have the 4th house. This also, the 12th house is the subconscious and the dream. So 4th house is the home base, homeland. It's connected to Cancer energy. 10th house, again, this person could be very focused on their career. They can also have a respectable position in society. 3rd house again. So very independent person, very good communicator. 11th house. Okay, so this person could be quite popular as well. And yeah, they could have a pretty established career. Can I just say that? Capricorn. Okay, so very serious, mature-minded person, hardworking. Mars. Interesting because Mars is exalted in Capricorn. Maybe some of you even have Mars in Capricorn in your horoscope. That would be especially important. Or Jupiter in Capricorn. If you're a woman, that would be especially important. A confirmation that this is your reading. Scorpio. Okay, so more Mars and Ketu energy as well. We have Sagittarius. What is going on here? Okay, we have Saturn. Okay, so more Capricorn energy, maturity, and hard work. This person is really serious. The Moon. All right, so we do have this balance between masculine. Well, not masculine. Actually, the Saturn is a very strong confirmation of what I said. So we have Saturn and Rahu, which are the rulers of Aquarius, according to Vedic astrology. So Aquarius to me is very Queen of Swords energy, which you've got already. So this person is kind of an ice person, an icy person. We have Pisces, so they could come across as aloof and cold and pretty harsh. And Libra. All right, so these could be like prominent placements or signs in their horoscope, or they could be connected to your placements that you have that signify the partner archetype. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out my astrology channel. I talk more about that on my channel. Get in depth, I mean, about partners, signifiers, and dispositors and all that, and how to read them. Swati Nakshatra, which falls in Libra, and is ruled by Rahu. Okay, so this is a pretty strong confirmation here because we already have Rahu and we already have Libra. So maybe Swati is particularly important for many of you. Maybe this person, again, could have placements in Swati because I see a repeated energy here We have Ardra, which is also ruled by Rahu. So a lot of Rahu energy with this person. Yeah, not surprised that the Rahu came out. Rahu is the signifier of foreign elements and unusual people. So I'm going to get more in depth about that. We have Bharani, which is ruled by Venus. Okay, so we have that Venus going on, the Venus energy. We have Satabhishak, which again is ruled by Rahu. We have all of the 3 Rahu ruled nakshatras. So very strong Rahu energy in this pile. Very strong confirmation of the World card. Shravana, which is ruled by the moon and falls in Capricorn. So Shravana, again, could be important in this person's horoscope or your horoscope. Purva Falguni, which falls in Leo and ruled by Venus again. And we have Magha Nakshatra, which is ruled by Ketu and falls in Leo. All right, so let me break it down. I will mention, again, as a disclaimer, that bear in mind I'm reading for a lot of people, so it's unlikely that all of the things that I'm about to say are going to apply to each and every one of you. It's probably going to be a combination of different factors. So I'm going to try to look at all the different interpretations of these notes. So with respect to the houses, this could show careers that this person is into or areas of interest, or they could show how you met this person, circumstances surrounding your meeting, other areas of their lives that are prominent. It can also show, last but not least, parts of their physical appearance and their physical body that are standing out. So let me break it down. We have the 3rd house twice. We also have the 5th house that came out here, the number 5, which can be associated to Leo, right? So we have the 3rd house twice, though. And the 3rd house is strong courage and very independent character. So this person can be self-employed for many of you. You know, this could be someone who's doing their own thing. Since we also have the 5th house, like I said initially, when we had the 6 of Cups and we had the 8 of Pentacles underneath here, I said this person could be someone who does what they love for a living, or they could be working with kids. The 5th house coming out, and the 10th house and the 3rd house coming out. This is a strong confirmation of what I said. So for some of you, this person is someone who has their own, they could have their own business. I mean, that's the most advanced version of this, but they could just be someone who is independent in the sense that maybe they're a freelancer or self-employed in some way. I don't know, like they could be working, just taking up projects and working independently. In any case, with the number 5 showing up, there's a strong possibility that for many of you, this person is doing something they love. They turned a hobby into a profession, or they're about to. Okay, so maybe they have a hobby that's a side hustle. So they haven't fully turned it into a profession, but they are seeking to do that. In any case, where was I? Also, 5th house can show teaching, and it can also show working with kids. And 5th house also has to do with creativity. So they could be very creative. They could be into artistic expression. We also have that with the moon showing up so many times with Libra, and also all the Venus energy that came out here. This person could have a lot of creative energy as well. Now, whether they actually work in an artistic field, that depends, right? Because not everyone can work into arts. But maybe for some of you, that is definitely a possibility. And in fact, Swati Nakshatra is a nakshatra that shows up together with all the Rahu energy. But Swati with Ardra and Satabhishak and Bharani and Purva Falguni and Magha, these nakshatras and these energies can actually point to someone who can make it pretty big with respect to visibility and fame. They could have a certain level of notoriety, of fame. Obviously, it doesn't mean that it's worldwide or anything. That's very unlikely. But if you are going to marry Timothée Chalamet, please let me know in the comment section. In any case, they could have some level of popularity, right? More than average. Maybe they're very well known or something. Right. So with the 5th house, creativity, creative interests, they could also be into speculative gains. Maybe, okay, worst case scenario, this could be someone who's into gambling, but I'm not going to go there automatically. They could just be someone who is interested in, investing in the stock market, let's say. Yeah, things like that. Or they could really like games, someone who has a lot of hobbies involving games, maybe video games, maybe Dungeons and Dragons, I don't know. Stuff like that. Things that are creative, that are make-believe, because the 5th house is very much connected to acting. The 3rd house coming out twice, which is the only house that came out twice, shows that this person has very strong communication skills. It also shows they're very self-motivated. This is someone who probably has a long list of things they want to achieve before they die. It's unlikely that they're just going to sit around and cry over their bad luck or something. This is someone who's very proactive. And we have 10th house, like I said, and 11th house. This shows me that this person has already achieved a pretty respectable position. 10th house is about social status and visibility. Like I said, 11th house is gains, financial gains from the career. So this person could have, again, some decent amount of success coming from their professional life, professional area. So they could be someone, like I said, with a certain level of visibility. They could also be working for the government. They could be working also with finances directly or in administration. And again, 10th house also shows some kind of managerial position, some kind of a leadership position. So they could be someone who is pretty high up in a particular hierarchy. Yeah. Also, can I just say, the 10th and the 7th house, this person could also work in any situation where they have to address an audience or they have to work with people in one-on-one situations. You know, like a consultant, like a therapist, something like that. They could definitely be a therapist for some of you, because we also have the 6th house, which is the house of health. So because we have the Venus energy, we have the Taurus, we have the 6th house, we have the Sata Bishak Nakshatra, and Bharani as well is very connected to healing. So this person could be in any kind of healing profession, from conventional medicine to being a witch doctor or being into energetic healing like Reiki or something like that. This is a pretty strong signifier actually for many of you. This person could be into healing. Maybe even if this person doesn't actually work as a healer, there's someone who could have a healing energy. And they're also someone who has a strong understanding of human psychology, like I said. I also see this person could be a bit of a homebody. They could also be a patriot. They're very interested in their culture. They could be into history a lot, understanding their background, their personal history, but also the history of their country. So again, this could be psychology, or it could be history, archaeology, stuff like that. They could also be very intuitive, like I mentioned. So the 12th house coming out is a strong confirmation of what I said with the Knight of Cups. This person has pretty strong intuition. We also have the 2 water houses. We have, well, we're missing the 8th house, but we do have 2 out of 3 water houses. And we also have a lot of, we have the moon energy. So we have a lot of intuition. We have Scorpio, which is investigative energy. So this person, has a very sharp understanding of human nature. They have a lot of emotional intelligence. They know how to deal with people, most likely. They could work from home. Did I mention that? I'm not sure. They could work from home. They could also work in real estate or anything connected to vehicles. They could also be working with animals. Or somehow pets could be really important to them. They could also be working in anything that has to do with communication, really, like anything. Any kind of field where they have to communicate a lot on a daily basis. With respect to how you met this person, okay, since the 3rd house is the one that came out twice, there's a strong indication that you may have met this person online. You could have also met this person through your siblings. Somehow the siblings may have introduced you, or the siblings told you about them. This could also be that you met this person through your neighborhood, through a neighbor, while running errands, or short-term, short-distance travels. You could have met this person through any kind of formal setting. So you could have met through your profession, their profession, I don't know, weddings, funerals, maybe they're your therapist. For some of you, I don't know, any kind of formal profession, right? Where it's like you were formally introduced or you made an appointment and you met this person. That's a formal introduction, okay? You could have also met this person while you were at home. Again, this is a combination of, you know, meeting online. You could have been at home. You could have also met this person in a restaurant for the first time or in any activity that had to do with real estate, like checking out a new apartment you wanted to move in, or checking out a hotel, looking for a hotel, or any activity that has to do with vehicles. You could have also met this person in any activity connected to psychotherapy, like I mentioned, or sexuality or death. And they could be working in something to do with sexuality or death, actually. Or they could just be very interested in these fields. This person could also be working in isolation. I don't know if I mentioned this. So they could be working in place, or they could be really involved with places of worship, like religious places, spiritual retreats, stuff like that. They could just be very interested in spirituality, maybe even occult stuff. But I'm also especially getting a very strong imagination from this person. So this is someone who's very creative. And yeah, you could have met this person while traveling to faraway lands or to places of worship, or yeah, or this could be an indicator that they came from a faraway land. You know, this is a confirmation of the World card, basically. And like I said, it's very likely that there is some kind of a background difference here. So this could be you come from different ethnicities, you come from different religious backgrounds, maybe even totally different countries, like I said. So it could be like you moved to their country, they moved to your country. It could also be they came from a different city for some of you, but it could also be like really far away lands for others. And even if they come from your country, there's a high likelihood that there's some significant ethnic difference. Just saying. Maybe even religious difference. Let's see. You could have also met this person through any situation where you had a meeting with a large group of people, maybe through your friend circle, or things like attending a concert or a movie or something like that. Also, while doing things for fun, you know, maybe pursuing an education. You could have also met this person with the fifth house energy through, again, pursuing an education, maybe learning new things, or pursuing some kind of a hobby thing, you know. Maybe, I don't know, taking dance lessons or something, and that's how you met this person. You could have met this person through your daily routines or their daily routines, or any activity that involved taking care of your health. Or also any activity involving music. So again, like a concert. This is pretty much what I can see, all right, with the houses. So, oh, wait. I also wanted to say these show areas of the body that stand out, okay? So, the third house coming out twice shows their hands and their arms, and maybe their shoulders really stand out. Like maybe they have very beautiful hands and very nice arms and shoulders. They could also be really interested in activities where they have to use their hands a lot. Maybe they use their hands to communicate a lot, you know, on a day-to-day basis, like they express themselves using their hands like Italians do. Or they are, and or they could be someone who, let's say, plays a musical instrument with the third house, or they could, let's say, be into sports where they have to use their hands and their arms a lot, like badminton, ping pong, tennis, stuff like that. And aside from the third house, what also stands out is their chest area, their stomach, their feet, their abdomen, overall their abdomen, and their lower back, and their butt. These are like the areas that are the most attractive, pretty much. Also the legs, especially the calves. All right, moving on to these areas here. So we have the Saturn, we have the Mars. So again, this could literally be that this person has some kind of a Saturn-Mars conjunction, for instance, or maybe some kind of moon. They could have aspects between these planets here. So they could have like Mars-Saturn aspects, they could have Saturn-Moon aspects, they could have Moon-Mars aspects, or maybe a combination of all of these. Or also you could have some of these aspects. And also these could be your Dharmakarakas. If you come from Vedic astrology, you know what I mean. So Dharmakaraka is one of the most important partner signifiers in the natal horoscope. So yeah, some of you could have Moon or Mars or Saturn as Dharmakarakas, which can explain why they showed up prominently here. Yeah, like I said, they could have prominent placements in Pisces, Libra, Sagittarius, Scorpio. So with these energies, this person could be, first of all, see, the Libra confirms, the Saturn and the Libra, they confirm what I've, also the Capricorn, confirm what I said about this person having a poker face. Like, this person is really hard to read, and they can definitely put on, you know, a veil of niceness just to deal with people on a regular basis. And they can be really hard to read. Also, Scorpio can tend to show that they keep everything hidden. It's like what you see about this person can only be the tip of the iceberg, you know? Like, most of them is underwater. As in, yeah, they're hidden. We also have a lot of depth here, depth of emotions and intuitions with Scorpio and Pisces, yeah. And this person could like to travel. They could be quite adventurous. And they like to learn things. They may like to read and learn things all the time. They also like balance and harmony generally with Libra. But there's also a risk that this person doesn't really know how to handle their more intense emotions like anger and stuff. So they could really go back and forth between repressing their emotions for long periods of time to having repeated outbursts every now and then when their emotions hit a boiling point and they can no longer control themselves and can no longer maintain the poker face, you know? Oh, they could also have their these planets in these signs, by the way. So they could have like Mars in Scorpio or Mars in Pisces. But, you know, I wouldn't take it so much into detail. I would just look at the general energies, yeah. So again, with the Pisces in the 12th house, I'm getting that for many of them, faith is very important. Maybe their religion is very important. Maybe they don't necessarily subscribe to an organized religion, but they have some kind of a belief system that is important to them. Although with Saturn showing up here, I would say this person is actually pretty traditionalist. Saturn tends to show tradition. And again, it's kind of a confirmation that for some of you, this person is very into history and understanding the past and understanding the history of their people and their culture and all that. Also with Mars and Saturn, see, this person could even physically look pretty harsh. They could have features that come across as pretty harsh. Not to say that they're not good looking, because we also have a lot of energies here that show this person can be really good looking as well. But they also have some pretty tough looking features. You know, Mars and Saturn, like Mars is the warrior and Saturn is kind of like the old crone energy. So, you know, they could have, let's say, prominent nose, they could have thin lips, they could have a very strong bone structure. And generally, you know, they could have features that just come across as really mature and also dignified to some extent, but also just giving this aura of not to be messed with, you know? The moon energy, it's like interesting because you could have a blend here of like, they could have some features that are more towards the soft side with the moon, and then they could have features that are just look really tough and rugged, and, you know, especially if this is a man, he could come across as really tough. They could have like an aura about them that is, you know, very don't mess with me. Like, don't mess with me, and they also just don't kiss and tell, you know, they're not someone who like easily mingles with just anyone and talks about their lives, you know, stuff like that. There's someone, like I said, they're what you see about this person is the tip of the iceberg. I also think they have a strong muscle mass. Did I mention this? Strong muscle mass and facial features that are prominent, you know, strong bone structure. I also think for most of you, this person is average to tall, but we're going to see with the physical characteristics that come out if something else comes out. We have Magha Nakshatra, so this is a strong confirmation again that this person is pretty attached to their background, their ethnic background. Maybe they're very into understanding their family lineage, maybe ancestral traumas, or again, this could just be history. They're very interested in history, the history of their family, and also the history of their people. Magha is also an energy that brings about a huge amount, well, relative. It's relative because not everyone can be famous, but it does bring, you know, more than average tendency to be famous and popularity and all that. So with all of these nakshatras here that can show popularity, I wouldn't be surprised if this person is some kind of a mini celebrity, maybe within their community, or maybe they have a large following somehow online. But this person has, oh wow, Purva Falguni, I just realized. Yeah, this person is definitely attractive. Yeah, they have some attractive features. They stand out. With the seventh house coming out here, this person could also be just be someone that a lot of people fantasize about, to be honest. You know, a lot of people see them as really attractive. Especially I think if this person is a man, they definitely come across as a catch. Because there's a lot of masculine energy, and you know, there's like a blend of masculine and feminine, but there's definitely a lot of masculine energy. This person could also have something about them that is quite brooding and intense, not just with the Scorpio, but also with Bharani. So there could be like some kind of an aura of emotional heaviness about them. This could also explain the Three of Swords coming out. It's not necessarily that this person is totally broken, heartbroken, and, you know, can't function. It could just be they have this aura about them, like they're carrying some kind of emotional heaviness from the past, or they have been hurt in the past. Yeah, and they could even have facial features that suggest a kind of, you know, melancholy. I always mention with Bharani my go-to examples, which are Jordan Peterson. I think he has ascendant in Bharani. And let me think. What's his name? Pedro Pascal. Yeah, he also has strong Bharani energy. Lana Del Rey has strong Bharani energy. It influences her physical appearance because she has Venus and Rahu in Bharani in the 7th house. So it aspects her ascendant. And she's very kind of melancholic. She also, yeah, I won't get into details about her horoscope, but yeah, Bharani brings this kind of like heavy sensuality energy. Vivian Lee also had ascendant in Bharani, and I'm pretty sure that Halle Berry also has ascendant in Bharani. So it tends to bring like these features that, you know, for instance, they could have like eyes that are downward sloping. But they also have very attractive features. Bharani is also known to be really sensuous, you know, so they can have this kind of grave heaviness about them, a kind of inertia about them. But, oh, and, Bharani is also known to be vengeful, so be careful. Oh my god, now that I'm thinking about it, karmic relationship and Bharani, okay. Hopefully not, okay? I don't think this is a stalker. I won't go there. But yeah, I'm just gonna say this person can be vengeful. You know, this is a person who holds on to grudges. And again, this could explain why you had the Three of Swords. Maybe for some of you, this is actually someone you have had some kind of dealing with in the past and you hurt them. But again, I'm not trying to say that they're gonna go psycho on you or anything. They're not gonna kill your bunny. Sorry, boil your bunny. You know, that's a reference to that movie with Michael Douglas. Fatal Attraction, I think that's the one, yeah. And anyway, this person is above average attractive. Can I just say that? Shravana, also ruled by the moon. So again, strong confirmation that this person has very strong imagination. And another thing that I can say with Shravana is this person is a very good listener. This is someone who can be quiet when they really need to, and just, I don't want to say like they eavesdrop, but it could even be like that. They could have a nasty habit of eavesdropping. But in any case, this is a person who pays attention to details, and they take in a lot of information from their environment. They're very good at just sitting there, listening, letting people, you know, talk, and getting a lot of useful information from them, you know. And this goes hand in hand with what I said about this person having strong emotional intelligence. Purva Falguni can also show a lot of sensuality and a lot of creativity. Purva Falguni is very artistic, but it's also known for its good looks and sensuality as well. So yeah, overall, a lot of Venus energy. Can I just say that as a romantic partner, this is definitely someone who would be very healing, especially to someone who has relationship traumas, right? So it makes sense that you would have these cards here with the astrological influences that showed up with the cards with healing and gentleness and stuff. So yeah, I really am very curious with respect to when and how, or if you're even gonna get in a relationship with this person. If you do, please come back to this video and comment in the comment section, because I want to hear about it. Yeah, I'm feeling like overall this person is healing energy, okay? But also Bharani, by the way, is another strong indicator that this person is very into metaphysical things. They have very sharp intuition, because we also have Ardra. Another thing with Ardra is, I don't know if I mentioned this. No, I don't think I mentioned it. Yeah, but it's a confirmation of what I said initially and what has come out here with the astrological notes, that this is someone who is good at controlling their emotions on the surface. And they can come across as very cold and emotionally detached, but they have very, very intense emotions brewing underneath. Very intense. And if anything, hopefully this is not an unhealthy person, because if these nakshatras take the unhealthy form, then Ardra especially, it can lead to anger issues. So yeah, I haven't seen this in the cards, but now that I think about it, you do have Ardra and you have Moon and Mars here. So it could even be, so especially if this person has, let's say, a contact between the Moon and the Mars, this could be someone who has violent emotional outbursts, right? So just a good idea to be cautious about it. Satabhishek is the healer energy. It's called the 1,000 physician to the gods energy. So this is a person who can learn through their own suffering. So again, it really confirms this Knight of Cups and Three of Swords that came out underneath, right? So this is someone who has suffered emotionally, and because of this, they have a very good understanding of other people, and they also have strong empathy. And they're natural healers, irrespective of whether they're actually physicians or not, okay? Yeah, so this is pretty much what I can see from the astrological notes. So I'm going to get to the final part, which is physical characteristics, in a bit. All right, so Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 3? What can you tell me for pile number 3? Who has a crush on them, Spirit? Who has a crush on pile number 3? The people who chose the jade crystal. Whoa, one just fell down. I have to pick it up. All right, what can you tell me for pile number 3? Who has a crush on them? Tell me, Spirit. Who has a crush on pile number 3? Who has... Okay, I think that's enough. That's pretty much enough. Okay, let's see. Hazel eyes. Red or auburn hair. Light to medium blonde hair. Fair skin. Very tall. Strong build or muscular, or both. Glasses. Raspy voice. Dark tan skin. Relaxed. Round eyes. Almond shaped eyes. Okay. Strong jaw. Broad shoulders. Melodious voice. Slim build. For some of you, this is a person who's quite slim. Cheek dimples. Black eyes. curly or wavy hair, short to medium height, beautiful hands, confirmations, green eyes, extroverted, square face, oval face. All right, so bear in mind that, of course, I'm reading for a lot of people, so older or more mature, or they could look mature, hooded eyes, strong nose, raspy voice came out twice, intense gaze, that explains the Scorpio energy, and the Ardra, we have chin dimple. Oh man, another one fell down. I have to pick it up. Sporty or casual style. All right, this one. Large eyes. Okay, so their eyes are really standing out. Melancholic or serious expression. That's a confirmation of what I talked about. Athletic body. Classic elegant style. Gray or white hair. Nose bump. Classic or elegant style came out twice. Tattoo, could have a tattoo. Dark brown or black hair. Mischievous smile. Sporty casual style. Older or more mature came out twice. All right, so I really think for most of you, this person... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this actually with the Saturn, that there could be a significant age difference. I should have mentioned that. Medium build, okay. And blue or gray eyes, okay. So I think with respect to eye color, we have almost everything. But I'm getting a lot more light colored eyes in this pile for some reason. Okay, overall though, very strong confirmations going on here. Yeah, and hooded eyes, by the way. And I think we also had nose bump. These are strong confirmations of the Scorpio energy. Makes sense. Oh, we also have black eyes. So I think we have like every eye color actually. And also every height. Okay. So this is pretty much all that I have for you. And of course, bear in mind that this is, you know, reading for multiple people. So it's like pretty much if you find like a handful of the characteristics of the person you're thinking about, I think that's strong enough to consider that this is the right pile for you. If not, of course, you can also choose another one. But yeah, it's unlikely that you're just gonna have all of these happening at the same time, since some of them are impossible because you cannot have black eyes and blue eyes at the same time, right? Yeah. So this has been the reading pile number 3. I don't know why I keep mispiling you. Okay, pile number 3. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you have found this as fun as I have. And if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also, comment in the comment section. I'm very curious to hear the feedback about whether you recognize who this person is. And of course, if at some point in the future you meet this person, please come back and tell me about it. And yeah, also if you have any ideas for future readings that you would like me to do on this channel, feel free to share them in the comment section. Also, if you're interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. I have left my email address there. You can email me for a list of reading options with respective prices. I can also send you some sample readings if you're curious. And I also have left a link in the video description to reviews I've gotten for private readings. If you're curious to see them, you can check them out. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel. I mostly focus on Vedic astrology, but I also come from a tropical astrology background, so I sometimes mix my insights from both of these. But I mainly focus on Vedic astrology, and I use the sidereal zodiac coupled with the whole sign house system, just in case you are curious, because I've had people ask about that. And yeah, I have over 20 years of experience in astrology at this point, and I love astrology. So if you are interested in astrology, go ahead and check out my videos. my astrology channel in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye!